Everyone, it's Nicola here from AgriHQ. Happy Friday. It's livestock Insight Day, which means we're still writing the North Island, South Island reports, but I can tell you what's going to be in them. So the lamb export market is under pressure, even in China, although you wouldn't think so if you saw the store lamb market. The beef export market's doing okay out of this COVID-19 outbreak in the US. I still reckon that price is going to come back down again, but this week's not that week. So actually, let's take a look at one of the cattle prices. So this is the South Island bull slaughter price. It's kind of taken it at random. They all look a bit like this. They kind of look like this roller coaster, which is the perfect illustration of what's been happening this season. So you can see back in December, a dark purple line, which is this season, was about to head through the ceiling, and I had to adjust the axes so that it didn't fall off the chart. And actually down here in April, it's fallen off the bottom because I haven't adjusted the axes yet. So heading into this high December price, that was when China was really hurting over this African Swine Fever protein shortage. They were trying to secure beef ahead of the Chinese New Year. And at the same time, the US market came in and was wrestling them for those supplies. And there was a lot of speculative buying taking place at this time as well, and I think that's important to keep in mind. So there was a lot of people there making purchases because they thought you can't lose money on protein and a protein shortage in China. And when Chinese New Year sort of shutdown took place, and also a lot of animals came forward because summer started getting really tough, we saw this price just slide, and it's been sliding. It slid all the way down to February, stabilized for a minute or two, and then when we had our New Zealand COVID-19 outbreak and subsequent lockdown, it fell through the floor. And that's just what's happened. So that's interesting in itself, but it's also interesting just to keep in mind that there's some commentary out there, and it's not entirely untrue, but it's still saying the beef shortage in China, it's still there. The protein shortage in China is still there. So we can rely on this to improve. And not really. Like the African Swine Fever outbreak, that wasn't the main driver of this growth we're seeing in beef. It certainly helped us get to these record high prices. But New Zealand's been growing. New Zealand beef exports have been growing in China for a while now. Some of that is down to closing the Grey Channel trade between Vietnam and Hong Kong into China. So authorities have kind of cracked down on that, and that's increasing demand for legal beef. And there's some consumer changes there as well. And if anything, we're not really seeing this extreme demand from China anymore. So it's just something to keep in mind, and I thought I'd point that out.